To keep your communication efficient, you likely avoid repeating words over and over again in your conversations. But how do you avoid this in Spanish? By using demonstrative pronouns. A demonstrative pronoun replaces a noun that has already been mentioned in conversation or written in a piece of work. You use a demonstrative pronoun to refer to the noun instead of repeating it in multiple sentences. To those who don't miss any of our videos, welcome back. If you're joining us for the first time, I hope you're ready for the best Spanish content available online. We're Spanish Academy TV and can't wait to improve your confidence and fluency in Spanish. Today's lesson is destined to prevent you from making mistakes and knowing when it's appropriate to use demonstrative pronouns in Spanish. Empecemos! But if you haven't done so yet, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. We post twice a week and prepare highly educational Spanish content just for you. You don't want to miss it. Demonstrative pronouns in Spanish will come in handy if you want to elevate your Spanish. Demonstrative pronouns are used to demonstrate, show, or indicate something to the person you're speaking to. In this lesson, I'm telling you their purpose, how many there are, and how to use them like a boss. What are pronouns? Pronouns are words that replace a noun. Dive into a more complex explanation by reading this fantastic blog post. Demonstrative pronouns are used to replace the noun and skip having to repeat it again and again. In English, we locate things far or close in space and time. That's why we only have 4 demonstrative pronouns: this, that, these, and those. Spanish, on the other hand, uses way more specific distinctions. The pronouns need to agree with the noun, not only in number, but also in gender. I'm showing you 15 demonstrative pronouns that fit into 3 easy categories depending on the distance of the speaker. They're so easy to learn you won't even feel it. Let's begin with demonstrative pronouns that reference a close distance or substitute the word this in English. These are este, esta, esto, estos, estas. To replace the word that for something that is far in English, Spanish speakers use ese, esa, eso, esos, esas. Finally, to reference a noun that's very far and to replace the word that in English, Spanish speakers use aquel, aquella, aquello, aquellos, aquellas. Wait, you're probably wondering if these are the same as demonstrative adjectives. Good point, but not exactly. Refresh your knowledge on demonstrative adjectives with this blog post to further clarify the difference. The words aquello, esto, and eso are likely unfamiliar to you. These 3 are neutral in gender. They don't change for numbers, and they indicate abstract ideas or objects. Let's examine some examples, putting them to practice. Esto siempre me incomoda. This always makes me uncomfortable. Eso no fue lo que pedí. That's not what I asked for. Aquello no se puede hacer. That cannot be done. Before I continue showing you all 15 demonstrative pronouns in Spanish, let me tell you a fun Spanish fact. In the past, you had to use accent marks over demonstrative pronouns to distinguish them from demonstrative adjectives in Spanish. The accents made it confusing because it went against accent rules. It ultimately made it difficult for both speakers and Spanish learners. Luckily, this unnecessary extra work was removed in 2010 by the Royal Academy of Spanish. Thank you, RAE, for keeping it simple. However, some people are resistant to change, so don't be surprised if you find a demonstrative pronoun written with an accent mark. They're just keeping it old school. Instead of keeping it old school, how about evolving as a Spanish speaker? You can sign up for a free trial class with our certified native Spanish-speaking teachers from Guatemala. Just go to www.spanish.academy/free-class or click here. Let's continue with the first group of demonstrative pronouns in Spanish. 1. Este. Este shows things that are close both to the speaker and the receiver of the message. Imagine your friend just bought a box of delicious, freshly baked donuts. Triumphantly, the box is placed right in front of you, and you have to make the toughest decision ever. ¿Qué donut quieres primero? Which donut do you want first? Esta! This one! There's no need to mention the noun donut. The demonstrative pronoun este agrees in gender and number. It makes communicating your decision simpler and efficient. Let's look at the forms of este with examples. Masculine singular. Este. This. Quiero que compres este. I want you to buy this. Masculine plural. Estos. These. Me encantan todos los helados, pero estos se me antojan ahora. I love all ice cream, but these are the ones I want right now. Feminine singular. Esta. This. Para mí, esta es la mejor opción. For me, this is the best option. Feminine plural. Estas. These. Qué ricas se ven las fresas. Lástima que estas no duraron. The strawberries look yummy. It's a shame these didn't last. Neutral. Esto. This. ¿Qué te parece esto? What do you think about this? Moving on to the next group of demonstrative pronouns in Spanish. 2. Ese. The pronoun ese points to things that are further from the speaker, not within immediate reach, but close enough to the person you're talking to. Imagine you're in a convenience store and ask the person behind the counter to give you a carton of milk. The conversation would go, ¿Me puede dar un cartón de leche, por favor? Can I get a carton of milk, please? Este. This one. No, ese que está abajo. No, that one that's below. The cashier is using the demonstrative pronoun este because the milk is close, while you are using ese because it's not so close to you, but it's close enough to the cashier. Ese also has 5 forms depending on gender and number. Let's check them out. Masculine singular. Ese. That. ¿Quieres ese vaso que está arriba? Do you want that cup that's up there? Masculine plural. Esos. Those. ¿Te acuerdas de tus perros de antes? Esos sí eran malcriados. Do you remember your dogs from before? Those were spoiled. Feminine singular. Esa, that. Esa es la que más me gusta. ¡Qué rica receta! That's the one I like the most. What a great recipe. Feminine plural. Esas, those. No sé cuáles manzanas quiero. Esas se ven más frescas. I don't know which apples I want. Those look fresher. Neutral. Eso, that. Eso no fue lo que quise decir. That's not what I meant to say. And last but not least, let's move on to the demonstrative pronoun aquel. 3. Aquel. Aquel is the only demonstrative pronoun that indicates the greatest distance in time and space. It's also used when things are far away from both the speaker and the person you're speaking to. Even though it translates to that, it actually means that over there. Aquel can also be used to talk about things distant in time. Let's look at some examples. Ese pájaro vuela muy rápido. That bird flies really fast. ¿Cuál? ¿Aquel que va ahí? Which one? That one over there? La casa donde vivía de niña era de techo verde. ¿La recuerdas? That house where I lived as a kid had a green ceiling. Do you remember? Sí, la recuerdo. Aquella junto a la iglesia. Yeah, I remember. That one next to the church. The different forms for aquel are masculine singular. Aquel. That over there. Aquel nunca me dio una segunda oportunidad. That one never gave me a second opportunity. Masculine plural. Aquellos, those over there. ¿Recuerdas a Juan y Pedro de la escuela? Aquellos siempre peleaban. Do you remember Juan and Pedro from school? Those guys always fought. Feminine singular. Aquella. That over there. ¿Qué te parece la montaña que vimos? Aquella que está camino a Antigua. What do you think about the mountain we saw? That one en route to Antigua. Feminine plural. Aquellas. Those over there. ¿Recuerdas el equipo de porristas? Aquellas fueron las verdaderas campeonas del torneo. Do you remember the cheerleading team? Those were the true champions of the tournament. Neutral. Aquello. That over there. Aquello no fue justo. That was not fair. After dedicating your precious time to this informative video on demonstrative pronouns in Spanish, you're equipped to use them naturally and identify when the time is right to choose between ese, este, or aquel. Using your fingers or gestures to signal a noun in Spanish won't be necessary anymore. Keep practicing the use of demonstrative pronouns in Spanish after reading our free ebook, Weird and Wacky Spanish Stories for Beginners. All 6 entertaining stories have plenty of vocabulary for you to learn and are guaranteed to make you more fluent. The more you study and practice, the faster you'll get the hang of the many pronouns used by Spanish speakers. Expand your newly acquired knowledge with our 2-part video on Spanish pronouns in general. Enjoy the show. Nos vemos! I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to our channel, and click that notification bell to never miss the best Spanish content on the web.